Welcome, friends, to the Reality of Health podcast. Today we're talking about toxins in your life you never really think about. Let me just say right now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to enlighten you. Okay, so let's picture yourself, let's say 500 years ago. You had no cell phone, no man-made materials, meaning synthetic, no radio, no electricity, no products that you can buy right now in the store. You had to make everything. What did you eat? What did you drink? What did you breathe? What did you bathe in? What did you hear? What did you smell? Eric, those are weird questions. No, they're prevalent. We'll get into it. I can test that pretty much everything that affected you was natural and clean. Of course, there were toxins in your environment back then, but mostly you stayed away from those. Nowadays, there are toxins everywhere. Companies make products to sell you full of toxins because why? They're cheap. The water you get in your home is completely toxic. You need a shower filter. I've said that I don't even know how many times by now. The food that you buy and eat is mostly toxic, especially if you eat processed foods or non-organic, non-biodynamic, all the other icks. They've got everything from chemical additives like dyes to now they're even adding insects. Yes, it is happening. And I might add, at a very fast pace now. They do have to state it on the label, so you can look for that. And it's going to be and already is in things that are on the shelf. So you need to look for the little tag. See, bugs are toxic, and their exoskeleton is very allergenic to many people. And you can't digest it either. It's called chitin. C-H-I-T-I-N. It is everywhere in nature, but you shouldn't be eating it. I mean, you don't eat the shells of a shrimp, do you? Then don't eat bugs. I know all about what it is, and I am telling you not to eat it. Plastics, and the most common is PFAS, P-F-A-S. Probably by volume, the number one toxin that is ubiquitous, and we don't really think about it much anymore, do we? It's just everywhere. Or we don't know it's in things that we didn't know about. It's not just in your water bottle. Plastic is an endocrine disruptor and acts like estrogen. Too much estrogen leads to heavy menstruation, irritability, mood swings, headaches, sleep disturbances, breast cysts, endometriosis, testicular dysfunction, fibroids, gallbladder disease, thyroid disorders. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I think we all know this concept, so here are some things that you maybe don't think about that are toxic in your life. Your dishwasher. The soap that you use or the rinse agents are left on your dishes, on your silverware, and your glasses. Then you eat off of those, and you are consuming the chemicals they use in that dishwasher detergent or rinse agent. The dish pods? No, that's plastic that melts. So that's getting on your dishes, and then you're eating the plastic. Just switch to natural stuff. Floss. Eric, floss? Really? Yep. There's all kinds of chemicals in there, but the worst is the microplastics. So when you floss underneath your gums, you're shoving these little tiny plastic fibers inside your gums that now get into your bloodstream and go everywhere. Your toothpaste, well, it's got fluoride, which we all know is not healthy, and a bunch of other chemicals that I don't need to get into here. Switch to natural toothpaste. All soap that is synthetic, that means hand soap to shampoo to body soap and all of them. If they're not naturally made with no artificial chemicals, then you shouldn't use it. That is absorbed right into your skin, all that nasty stuff. Lotions and creams are loaded with chemicals. I mean loaded. They put the cheapest stuff they possibly can in there to make the most amount of money. And I guarantee you, it's not as good as you think your lotion or cream is. Try using the natural stuff. You'll find you probably like it better. Works better. Perfumes and colognes, absolutely loaded with toxins. They are one of the most toxic things you can put on your body. Just switch to essential oils or any of the natural style perfume and cologne. So easy to make your own stuff at home. I do. The one that no one wants to think about or hasn't ever really thought about, maybe, is toilet paper. Toilet paper is absolutely loaded with toxins. When they test that stuff, they find way too many chemicals in it. You're touching the most sensitive areas of your body. Got everything from chlorine to BPA to PFAS, and you're putting it in the thinnest, most sensitive spots on your body. Yes, it's going in there. And it causes everything from yeast infections to hemorrhoids. Here's a sensitive one to talk about. Baby products. They're some of the most toxic stuff you can buy. They're clothing, diapers, all the baby creams and baby soaps and baby powders, baby food. Just because it has that classic baby smell doesn't mean it's good for your baby. Try switching to tallow, like beef tallow or any tallow that comes from buffalo or deer or anything else that's a ruminant animal. It's good for their skin. It has everything in it that's good for baby's skin, as well as you as an adult, I might add. You make your own food for your baby. Then you know what's in it. Use natural powders, natural baby soaps, natural diapers. So what do you cook your food on? That's interesting. Are you cooking it on non-stick everything? That's bad. What do you store your food in? We'll get into that one in a minute. Candles and deodorizing sprays or scented products around the house. Talked about this many times. You got to go natural with all these. Otherwise, literally you just made toxic air. Did you know your clothing is full of chemicals? Not only from the soap that you use in your laundry and the softeners and all that other kind of stuff, but that clothing is touching your skin all day. And if you work out and you're sweating, well, now you're getting even more into your skin. Here's one no one ever thinks about, your mouse pad. Yeah, it's plastic, and it leaches plastic through your super thin wrist skin. Did you know that your car's interior is very toxic, especially the first 2 years? That new car smell? Yeah, that's chemicals. Carpet, especially new carpet, degasses for a couple years as well, and then it holds mold and other microbes that eat dust and skin cells. Guess what happens when microbes eat? Yep, we've talked about it a lot. Furniture, pretty much made out of plastic. All those polyesters and everything. And if it's leather, well, that leather's got all kinds of chemical additives to it to make it look good as long as it possibly can look good. You know, when you're taking medications, if you're that age and you're taking pharmaceuticals, well, those are loaded with tons and tons of chemicals and some of the worst that you can think of. I won't get into that right now. Pain relievers are the same way. From aspirin to ibuprofen, doesn't matter. They're all full of chemical toxins. The air where you work is probably contained. Not a lot of airflow in and out of the building. You got chemicals from plastic everywhere. Tons of carbon dioxide in there. And that's an acid, by the way. And a bunch of other toxins that are floating around in the air from just about everything that's going on in that building. Nothing you can really do about that unless you have the ability to open a window near you or in your office. The air in your home is the same way. Same as your job. Chemicals from cooking and cleaning. There are so many chemicals in the home. One of the best and easiest things you can do is get plants. Get as many plants as you can. Put them everywhere. Especially the snake plant. That's what it's called. No, it doesn't look like a snake. If you've never seen it, it is pretty cool. The snake plant absorbs more toxins than any other plant. What do you use in the laundry? Guarantee the water's straight from the tap, so there's toxins there. The soap is probably synthetic and full of chemicals. You got that. Then you can use dryer sheets and fabric softeners. Those are all toxins. They build up in your clothes, and it's very difficult to get rid of them. So switch over to dryer balls, essential oils, natural soaps, and no pods. Even the natural versions, no pods. Pods are made out of plastic. All your household cleaners, floor cleaners, bathroom cleaners, kitchen cleaners, glass cleaner, you got to switch to the natural stuff. By the way, a lot of natural stuff actually works better. Now, when you buy foods, they come in packaging. Everything from pre-made stuff at the restaurant, well, what's that? In styrofoam, coated paper, in plastic. Not to mention the quality of the food is probably pretty low, so you have low quality food sitting inside of really toxic chemicals with all that heat. Probably not a good combination. Then you got your food storage at home, mostly using things like plastic bags and plastic containers. You'll need to switch over to glass. Bottled water. This one is, as we all know, a sensitive subject. But essentially, name brand large companies. That plastic has leached into the water. They filled those bottles long ago. They're on trucks. They're in the heat of warehouses. They're full of plastic. How about makeup? Oh yeah, makeup is loaded with things like formaldehyde, which is a known carcinogen, cordonium, again, mercury, and again, phthalates and parabens, which disrupt hormones and damage the reproductive system. Then you got, of course, PFAS, which are the plastics known as the forever plastics or forever chemicals. The list goes on and on. There are very good natural makeup brands now. You just got to find one you like. Sunscreen is totally synthetic and absolutely horrible for your skin. So here you're trying to protect your skin when in reality, you're just toxifying it. Wi-Fi is toxic to your nervous system and it destructures the water in your body. Bad music that is harmonically distorted and the lyrics that are toxic to your psyche. How about bad lighting? LED bulbs in the home, especially at night. You see, they flicker and your brain picks it up, but you can't see it. Blue light at night. You need to start using candles at night or go back to the old school incandescent bulbs as much as possible. There are many others, but at least this maybe will help you see your world around you a little differently. Maybe you're enlightened a little bit more as to why you need to take this seriously. The more of these things you can get rid of and replace with good natural products or situations like learning how to do laundry better or going back to your old school incandescent light bulbs, the better you will feel and the less sickness will be in your life. If you need a recommendation concerning any one of these things to switch over to, what you should use, email me or ask me in the comment section. I would be happy to help, and I'm sure others would too. All right, thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves.